Right then, let's go to work. Animal work. So, today is an interesting day. Something's happening here. I will give you guys some feedback on it a bit later on. It's going to be an interesting meeting, let's put it that way. So I will keep you guys posted and let you know what happens in the fallout of this a little bit later on. Hey guys, bringing you back for a quick update. Meeting has happened, it's taken place now. I won't go into too many details. I find out in about 20 minutes the outcome of it. So I'll bring you back when I've got a bit more to say. It was interesting. People's understanding of certain terms leaves little to be desired, but I'll go into details a bit later on if and as I need to. Okay, firstly, I'd like to apologise for my big ass hand taking up the majority of your screens. I've put the camera in a place that will continue filming while I'm driving, so as not to distract me. So, what just happened? Well, essentially, I've just been let go from my job. A lot of different contributing factors for this. Where do I start? Oh, for fuck's sake. So, I left my previous employment where I was comfortable. I knew what I was doing and I was good at what I was doing. For a job that approached me via the LinkedIn professional network. And it all seemed very, very good on the surface. They advised me that they'd been looking for someone with my skill set for around about 9 months. They'd interviewed, they second interviewed, and they hadn't found the right person until they came across me. And it appeared on the surface of it that I was the perfect fit. I smashed the first interview. I absolutely knocked them dead with the second one, which involved a presentation as well, and started 4 weeks after that. Unfortunately, it does seem that, well, it doesn't seem, it was a matter of fact really, but they promised me the world and it didn't come to fruition for whatever reason. I put my I put my personal and professional development and my career progression in the hands of an organisation and, to an extent, individuals that just weren't capable of taking me to where I wanted to go. You know, things were done in a very roundabout way, and any kind of pushback and challenge to these points were kind of met with moot responses. So it's pretty much, I mean, right now it's 1:25. I'm on my way home. I've told my wife we were kind of expecting this to be the case, if I'm honest. Anybody could see from a distance that this was going to happen. The sad thing was that the points that I raised and the feedback that I gave, when it was all said and done and the decision had been made, I was advised that they were very, very appreciative of the feedback and the comments that I made, and they said that they would use those points going forward. And I hope they do. I hope that the next person who replaces the role that I've just come from will be better set up, not to the point where it's almost felt like I've been set up to fail. It's a shame, it really is. You know, the money was good and the potential was there, but it just wasn't. I think the individual that I had as my team, or my line manager, or my team leader, or whatever you want to call it, manager, let's go with. I don't think that she had the experience that a management position requires. Certainly not from a personal point of view. So much so that there's always been a kind of unsteady atmosphere between the two of us. And that may be down to the point that I have more experience in this relevant particular side of what I do. I'm a pricing analyst. You know, I look at prices and I try to make sure that the company that I work for is, doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that those prices are being pushed onto the customers, and ultimately that the company is making money. And if it's not making money, where are the problems? Why are they happening? And try to resolve those in the quickest and most efficient manner. But like I said, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. So yeah, I'm on the job hunt now. It's weird because I kind of expected it, but now that it's here, it's kind of, man. But in one way, shape or another, this may well just be Matthew Santoro, one of the most popular and famous YouTubers in Canada right now. He recently cleared 5 million subscribers. He was in a very similar position to me a few years ago. He was an accountant, and he was laid off, and he had 4 weeks until he had no money coming in. I find myself in a very similar predicament, except during the probationary period, they only had to give me 1 week's notice, to which point it was decided and agreed upon around the table that week's notice would be implemented effective immediately, and they wouldn't require me to come in. Like I said, I could see it coming, so I took all of my personal effects and had them on my person at the time, and I just clearly stated that I've got everything I need, it's on me, I don't want to create a scene. If it's okay with you, can I just slip out the back, and I'll let you guys explain to everyone what's happened. And at which point, yeah, they were appreciative that I didn't kind of go whole hog. I will obviously be contesting it. Letters will be typed out and forwarded tomorrow relating to all of this. But going back to the whole Matthew Santoro example, maybe, just fucking maybe, this is the universe's way of telling me to do what I enjoy. And what I enjoy is bushcraft, and as you guys know, I have a business plan on the table that's very close to completion and very close to having the ball going in full motion for that. So maybe it's the universe's way of just telling me that, yeah, you win some, you lose some, but you've got this to play with. So to that extent, yes, I will be looking for a job if anybody is offering or looking. But at the same token, I think it's important for me to be honest with myself and understand that I don't think any job that I get in a company outside of the one that I'm going to create will be a long-term thing. I think it's wise to appreciate... sorry, let me just get the sun out of your face. I think it's wise to understand and appreciate the fact that wherever I go from here will be a pit stop. So if it means I have to leave the kind of high-paying office world and get my hands dirty just to bring some money in, I'm a family man at the end of the day. I'm married, I have a family, I have to put food on the table. I can't ask my wife to do all of that. It's not me. And if history is anything to go by, I've never really been one to be out of work for a long periods of time. So I have a few contingencies in place in terms of people that I can contact, and I'll go from there and see what happens. But yes, not a very good day, in all honesty. Certainly not one of the best I've ever had, but like I said, I was expecting it to happen. So with that in mind, these things happen. I could sit here and say that the world isn't fair and they've really kind of messed everything up, and to a point they've really kind of messed things up. Sorry, Mercedes has just pulled in front of me. Well, now you're saying thank you, you're welcome. See, he was a dick, but at least he was polite about it. It cost absolutely nothing to be human. Really, bro? That was adventurous. Anyway, what was I saying before I got sidetracked? I could sit here and say that the world isn't fair, and I could name names, and I can name the company, and I can name the individuals responsible for the outcome of today. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. A year and a half ago I would have. Maybe 2 years ago I would have. But as things progress in one's life, you certainly get a view, a perspective of how the world works. And it's important to understand that things don't go to plan, you know? Now, I've got one or two options. I can either go home, crack open a bottle of Jim Beam, and drink myself into oblivion. Well, what benefit would that bring me? It wouldn't do anything for me. So instead, I'm going to go home, I'm going to have some lunch, I might take the dog out for a walk, get some fresh air, clear my head, plan my next move, and just get the ball rolling with getting myself something just so I can get some more money coming in, so my family eats and I can keep a roof above their head. So yeah, that's pretty much the blog for today, guys. Not an exciting and adventurous one, a very challenging one. I was in two minds about whether I was going to film today, but judging by the fact that the views for the blog for the vlogs keep going up and up, like I said in the previous one, it's clear that you guys enjoy this kind of thing, seeing me in kind of my day-to-day life. Unfortunately, yes, the world has dealt me a bad hand. I'm not going to sit and cry about it. No progress will ever be made if you just sit in the corner with hang your head in shame and feel like the whole world's come to an end. One of the managers that I had at my previous job, he said something that's always stuck with me, and that thing is, if something happens and it doesn't go the way you want it to, no one died, but you learned something, and you probably go about it a different way. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go about this a different way next time. But it's a shame. It's a shame. But oh dear. No, I'm driving home to work now. Sorry, home from what was my old work now, if that makes sense. The sky is blue. There's a few clouds dotted around. There's sunshine out. I have my health, you know, and I'm smiling. You know, so whether the YouTube side of thing picks up or the company, you know, that gets the ball rolling and that starts working out well, or whether the next port of call for me, seriously, is to just get myself a job doing whatever, just to bring some money in and make sure I can keep a roof over my family's head. Because let's get a bit of perspective here. This isn't all about me. You know, 10 years ago it would have been a different kettle of fish, but I'm a man, I've got responsibilities, and those responsibilities will be met full on. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I'm going to have to bring to the table for you guys today. I'm not sure what tomorrow's vlog will be, or if in fact I will actually do a vlog. If I don't do a vlog tomorrow, I'm sure you all can understand the reasons behind it. It will probably be a case that I won't be in the frame of mind to do it. However, I'm quietly confident that this is a sign from a higher power. Not really being one to believe in cosmic ordering and religion of sorts, but a few things happened yesterday. Now, bearing in mind that I did kind of say to you guys I was going to steer away from talking about the business for a while, a few things happened yesterday which, when I told a couple of people about it, they just stopped dead in their tracks, looked at me, smiled and went, fuck me, if that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. So quietly confident about what's happening in the background, but these things happen. It's not the end of the world. It's only the end of February 2016. I've still got another full 9 months, 10 months to make this year my bitch, and that's exactly what I intend to do. So I'm going to sign off now, guys. Like I say, I'm about 20 minutes away from home now, so I'm going to sign off, leave you guys with that thought for the day. Don't feel bad for me. Don't. I'm not looking for pity. The whole idea of this vlog was to starting the vlog was to give you guys an unadulterated insight into the way that my life works. It was something that I thought would be a good idea, and thus far, 4 days in, it's turned out eventful. But sometimes you have to go with the rough with the smooth. You have to roll with the punches, and that's what I'm going to keep telling myself. I've bounced back from a lot worse than this, and it was the whole point of being in the meeting. One of the points was repeatedly made about me being aggressive, and I was sat there with one leg crossed over the other, with my arms folded, drinking a coffee. And I actually made a point of saying to my manager and the witness for the meeting itself, that you keep using this term aggressive. I don't think it means what you think it means. And if she'd have said it again, I would have actually gone out of my way to send her a dictionary for Christmas. But like I say, these things happen. Que sera, sera. Onwards and upwards. 2016. I am so not fucking done with you yet.